Greetings, sports fans. Welcome back to Harmony Point Zoo. When last we left, we were in the middle of constructing the spotted hyena habitat. We got interrupted by a blizzard. I had to spend most of the last episode dealing with the blizzard, but now we can get back to work on the habitat. If you're new to the channel, hi there. My name is Jack. I play video games, and today I am playing Planet Zoo. If you're not new to the channel, welcome back. Glad to have you back, always. What we're doing here is a franchise mode zoo, if you're not familiar. And I'm just trying to... look at that. I hate when that happens. Hold on just a second. We're building zoo enclosures, if you're not familiar with the game. Alright. Here we go. That would have just bugged me if I hadn't fixed it. Okay. Now, where was I? Oh, yes. I'm going for a slightly different look with the hyenas, and I know I've used a lot of log walls, but right now I want to try and use some rock decoration for hyenas. I'm going for a completely different feel with their enclosure, or at least different what I'm doing, if that makes any sense at all. Which is why I'm using all these flat rock pieces. Enunciate. Gotta remember to enunciate. It's always important to enunciate when you're keeping up a running monologue. It really is. It's important. So, yeah, as I said, we are, I'm using a lot of rock, a lot of earth tone material here for the hyena exhibit, just to try the different. I mean, the logs are cool, the logs are working, but I want to try something different, and hopefully it'll work out. I expect that it will, and I hope that when we're finished, this portion of the zoo will look great. Alright. And there's the wall. Okay, let's see. I'm going to move this corner of the barrier back this way so it's actually inside the wall. Uh-oh. Naughty Chippo. Naughty Chippo. You get a trip to the release to the wild, Chippo. Bye-bye. While I'm at it, let's take a look at my animals. Let's take a look at my animals real quick. I'm getting interrupted again. Oh boy, okay. So, let's take a look. Alright, these guys are getting a little long in the tooth. But I do want... you know what? I know what I'm going to do. Okay, Betty is going to have to stay because she's pregnant. But everybody else is getting released to the wild. And we're going to search for another another young male, relatively young, warthog. Let's see, common warthogs. Common warthogs. Here we go, common warthogs. Alright. Well, his fertility gene is only 50%, but he's got two 100s, and mating will improve the genetics. So, let me see about the warthogs again. while we're at it, you know what? I'll do this in a minute. I'll do this off camera. Because I'm still busy with the habitat. Barriers. Alright. Now what I want to do is get them a little closer to the path without being on the path, if that makes any sense at all. And I'm going to want to break some of this up. I know that the dip in the path wall there, you know, it's not going to want to do what I actually want it to do, but that's okay. See, what I'd like to do is run it along the edge, but I'm not going to be allowed to. That's alright. Now, here's what I'm planning. What we're going to do is we're going to make this two-way glass. Wonder why that's not two-way glassing. It just occurred to me that I was speaking very low tones. You guys probably haven't been able to hear a damn word I've been saying for the last 5 minutes, I bet. Sorry about that, guys. That was not on purpose. I was just... sometimes when I start thinking to myself, I'll start talking quietly to myself, and I'm like, well, what's about this? What about that? And you can't actually hear me because I'm mumbling. And it's a bad thing for somebody who's trying to do a Let's Play to do. Let's be brutally honest. So, I'm sorry. I apologize. Not my intention. Now, I'm going to come out to where I've got the spares, because I'm going to lay down another blueprint. Wall. Where are they? I know the exact one that I'm looking for. I got a lot of walls out here. I use walls. Walls are good. Let's try rock wall. Anything? Yes. This. Alright. And what I'm looking for is the savanna wall. Basically, this is just one piece of one of these bigger ones I've got over here. So, only with this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to place it like so. There, and then another one like so. Just to cover the corner. Alright? Just to cover the corner. Let's bring it out just a little. Yeah, that'll work. Then what we'll do is we'll adjust the barriers so that, whoops, hello, so that it's all inside this beast. Okay. This will get the treatment, and then that will get the treatment, and this right here we'll get one of these. Alright. Now, then what we want to do is we want to raise this up to at least come on, doesn't want to raise anymore. Oh, I had it 3 meters, close to 3 meters. Yeah, that'll work. Now let me adjust this a little. And we'll do the same thing we did with this. Let's bring it all the way up to match. And we will raise this just a touch. Give it just a touch of height. And then, you know what, I'm going to turn it oh so slightly to blend it just a little bit more. Okay? Yeah. And we're going to come back over here, and you know those rocks we were using to line the top and bottom in the last episode? I'm going to do the same thing with these. And it should be great. Okay. Alrighty. Now, you see what I'm trying to do here, obviously. I'm trying to line it up with the, I'm trying to line the rock up with the window as much as I can. And it's not going to be perfect because it's on, you know, it just won't. It never is perfect. You don't need perfect. What you need is this good enough for me? And if it's good enough for you, then it's good enough. You know, don't let somebody else come in and go, God, that looks like, no. If you like it, it's good enough. You know, I mean, I'm hoping to entertain you with my zoo building, absolutely. But I got to tell you, I'm making the zoo I want to make, and that, as a player of Planet Zoo, that should be your guiding principle. You know, it's all well and good for you to want to make a zoo that somebody else will admire. Good for you. I want to do that too. I want people to look at my zoos and go, wow, that looks really fantastic. But at the same time, my primary goal is I want a zoo that I can look at and go, yeah, that's good. That works. That's the zoo I wanted. So good enough is good enough. If you're having fun with it, you're doing it right. That was some advice I was given by a man named Roger E. Moore, who at one point in time was the editor-in-chief of Dragon Magazine, and anybody who's ever played D&D knows what Dragon Magazine is. It was the official magazine of Dungeons and Dragons. It still technically is, but that wasn't what I wanted. I wanted this one. It still technically is the official magazine of Dungeons and Dragons, but it's not got the same publication spread anymore as it used to be. Its heyday was in the past. So anyway, we're gonna bring these bad boys over here. First, though, I'm going to raise up this wall. Okay. Let's take it all the way up to about 3 meters. Is it all inside? Yes. Yes, is it? Is it all inside the rock? Yes. I want the outside edges inside the rocks. Okay, that's inside the rocks. So, you know what? Yes, I know. I've already taken care of that. and that, and that, and that. Yes, and that, and that. Okay, now we're done. Good. Okay. So let's get this other stuff done. Oh, I need to work on the terrain that's poking through the path, obviously. Okay. That looks about right, spot on, and I don't have to adjust it much. Let's just turn that into one object. Make it easier on ourselves. Alright, so I'm going to put the stonework on the top and the bottom of the viewing points, because that's what you do. And after that we'll actually work on the interior of the habitat a little, get the animals in there, see what their needs are. Alright, that's not going to match up perfectly, but you know what? I don't care. Good enough is good enough. Okay, there we go. On a personal note, my family and I actually have a zoo trip planned out. The local zoo hands out a certain number of tickets. You know, in the wake of the COVID crisis, they're handing out a certain number of tickets, and you're on a waiting list, and you know, you have to set appointments to go and all that number. It's not like you can't, you know, you're not allowed to just show up. You actually have to, you know, they have to be expecting you. And, you know, that way everybody maintains COVID safety and personal distancing and all that number. And of course you can't get in unless you're wearing a mask. But the reason I brought it up is because I will be adding video footage to the channel, as I always am going to do when I go look at animals. There will be video footage on the channel. If you haven't seen them already, I've got 2 videos out there. One of them is 30 seconds of penguins, or 47 seconds of penguins, and the other is you know, more penguins. I love penguins. Penguins are perhaps my favorite animal. There's a t-shirt I want to get that reads, "I don't want to live in a world without penguins." And it's a sentiment that I heartily agree with. I don't want to live in a world without penguins, because that would just be sad. The entire thought of a world without penguins makes me sad. You know, the weird thing is, my second favorite animal is the donkey. Don't ask me why. I love donkeys, I love penguins. Could be, you know, could be more unusual. One of my nieces is just adores llamas. I never saw the attraction, but you know what? I like donkeys. Everybody has a favorite animal, and it doesn't have to be something cool. You know, penguins are cool, donkeys less so, but that's okay. I still love donkeys. Maybe it's because I've always loved the character of Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh. I mean, it's possible, right? Okay. stranger things have happened. Now, while I'm thinking about it, let me do this. Not that, this. Okay. Yeah, long grass is good. Long grass on the path is not good. Okay. Let's see. Okay, let's look at hyenas. We're going to need 3. One female, 2 male. I know that much. Spotted hyena. Let me get a drink of water real quick. Okay, I'm going to grab her before she disappears. And I'll grab this guy. Excuse me. Come on. And I'll grab this one. Looks like that's going to be what we can get, and that's fine. Sometimes you have to roll with the animals that you are given. I do have certain animals already in storage. None of them are spotted hyenas, and that of course is what we're using right now. So let's get them in. Verify that this is all in. Yes. One thing I want to do though. Okay, so this is an actual habitat. The habitat is good. In one of those, saw that it was good, said that it was good, and it was good manners. This is a good habitat. I do not want them to be able to jump out of the habitat. Okay. Let's start things in motion. And we'll wait until our hyenas are here. Now, cave. It's a little too small. Cheetah caverns? The heck is it? Whoa, that's huge. Okay. Taiga. Lion cave, that's a big one. That's a huge one. Okay. So let's see how they are. We're going to pause it again. Alright. Not enough short grass, too much long grass. Soil's good. They need more rock and they need more sand. Okay. Actually, I'm going to take away a lot of your soil there, buddy. I'm just going to paint this entire area in short grass. Alright. Long grass is still too long. Okay, soil's a little low, rock. Alright. That looks like it's okay. Alrighty, let's look at... I was looking for... you know what, let's go ahead and put this back in the back. This is pre-made rock shelters. It's another blueprint that I am fond of, obviously. Now with Savannah, these are our choices. What do you think of this one, guys? Whoops. Here. Let's go back to the hyena. Now this is just huge. It does sort of nullify those viewing points, so maybe I should put it back here. Maybe I should go for something smaller. Yeah, this is too big, I think. That's alright. You know what we can do? We can perform surgery on this piece. We definitely can. Hold on just a second. Let's try something else. It was a good idea, but it wasn't gonna work. It wasn't gonna work. Wow. I'm beginning to think that this habitat might end up running us three episodes instead of just the 2 that it turned out to be. Which is fine. I don't mind spending 3 episodes doing a single habitat because, hey, now that's huge and it's the wrong biome. It's designed for aardvarks. A lion aviary. That might work. I want a pre-made shelter. You know, I actually like that. Yeah. So let's get the terrain a little calmed down here. And we'll move this because it's floating to over here. We'll move this, because it's floating, to over here. And we'll move this. Okay, so let's see. What else do we have? Hard shelter. That's not enough hard shelter for you guys? I'm thinking it probably is. Let's get this thing moving again. Yep. Okay, now what we need is enrichment items. We need the toys. Bring on the toys. Let's go ahead and dump the blueprints. And let's see, we're going to put a prey dummy over here. Going to put the scented sack over here. The line feeder there. Ember feeder up here. And yeah, I'm putting down a lot of food items. You know what, let's give them a cardboard box. Everybody likes the cardboard box. And a small ball also down here. Now, we're going to go ahead and put down a feeding plate. Whoops, hold on. No, you're not. I was going to get rid of you anyway, so... Ah, Hannah, you are naughty, naughty. That's what I get for trying to leave it for later. Yep. Alright. Well, it happens. And water. Water pipe. African grassland. We're going to put this here. I'm going to move the food plate over. And I'm just going to get rid of this for now. Okay. Well, like I said, this is going to run until the next episode, I think, because there's still work to be done on the hyenas, and you know, we almost got there. But I don't mind. I've got absolutely no problem at all with these habitats taking as long as they need to be built. If you like what I'm doing here, by all means, please click the like button. Share the video with your friends if you want them to see it. If you really like to see more of what I'm doing, please subscribe. I could always use the subscribers. But as for you, please, when you're going out and about, be careful. We have a vaccine now, but the virus is still around, and it's still dangerous. So be safe, and if you can possibly manage it, be kind, because the world needs more kindness. I'll talk to you all later. Bye-bye.